Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Outside the Net. I'm your host, Brady Nickel, and on tonight's episode, we are covering the Next Gen post-game show. We had a huge turnout this weekend out at Next Gen over at Extreme Paintball Park in Millstadt, Illinois. Great tournament paintball, and I've got three killers from that tournament joining me tonight. We're going to dive in. We're going to ask them some questions. But before we do that, I want to thank our sponsor. It's Grit Paintball. If you guys haven't heard of Grit yet, we are changing the game. Grit is made for killers, dogs, people that love to get into it and push past their limits. So go check out gritpaintball.com and get your custom gear today. But let's dive in with our first guest, Nate Brown from Suspects Black, the D4 champions on Saturday. Nate, how you doing, brother?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I gotta fix that. Hold on. Perfect. There we go. Nate, man, you guys absolutely crushed the competition on Saturday. Tell me what it was like for you guys going into that tournament. What was your thought process of how you broke down the field and kind of your game plan going into it?
We really didn't have a game plan. We just kind of threw ourselves together and just went with one plan and stuck with it.
Okay. So I guess then let's look at this. How do you guys prep when you guys are coming up to an event like this? Like, I guess let's dive into your practices. How are you guys getting ready for these tournaments?
The week before we try to burn like 15 to 20 cases or better.
Okay.
But for the next gen, most of us was at MSXL the week before. So we kind of already knew what we were doing.
So you feel like that had a lot of, was most of your prep was already getting into the competition of it, not just the practice?
Right.
Okay. Well, let's see. What part of tournament paintball drives you the most, Nate?
The friendship and the food afterwards. Going out to eat.
Where do you guys like to go eat?
It depends on where we're at, but if it's extreme, it's usually Papa Vito's or that Mexican place. I can't pronounce it.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this, Nate. What's been the biggest factor in your success this season?
Mine is like I gave up smoking, so it's kind of driving me a little bit more to play better and be better.
I get that. We kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. You was asking me about the show, and I know for me, like I used to smoke a lot of pot, and the amount of focus that it takes away from you, I don't think a lot of people realize it. I mean, especially if you're somebody that smokes every single day, when you get away from that and you actually set your mind on whatever task it is you're doing, I think it's a huge thing. I mean, is that it's the same experience for you?
Yeah, because I was smoking a couple grams or more a day, so not doing it at all now. Yeah, my mind's a lot more focused and cleared,
A lot sharper.
and yeah, I just feel like I'm getting better and better.
Absolutely, dude. And I mean, I'm super proud of you for sticking with that. How long have you been smoke free?
Like 3.5, almost 4 months now.
Hell yeah, dude. That's an accomplishment, dude. That's not something to take light of for sure. So it's absolutely working, and you can tell it with how you guys played out there on Saturday. So as far as Prime goes, how long you been playing with Prime Suspects?
Since 2020.
2020, so 5 years now. And so what would you say, like playing with a team like Prime, I mean, do you feel like you have more tools than other teams?
Well, yeah, there's like 100 of us, so I feel like at any time we can set something up, and there's always bodies to be able to set it up.
For sure. We joke all the time. I don't know how many Prime lines there are, but there's at least 27 of them.
Yeah, at least.
There's a ton of Prime guys. So we talked about the smoking thing, but is there anything else, like, do you do any kind of like fitness or like special diets or anything that you work on outside of paintball?
No, not really. My job keeps me pretty physical, so physically fit or whatever. So yeah, working out and stuff, I really don't have time for it.
What do you do for work, Nate?
I install flooring.
Okay. Hey, I'm a carpenter. I get that, man. That's these hot days are brutal out there.
It's killing me, and I work inside, and it's still killing me.
All right, guys. Hey, get some questions in the chat for Nate. Anything you want to ask Nate before we let him go? I want to hear about it. Let's see. Hey, Josh, are you still in the chat? If you are, go ahead and raise your hand. I can bring you in with Nate. Thuggy says Nate's biggest factor to help his winning is having Brandon on his team.
It's hot dogs. Thought he was gonna say something about hot dogs.
Let's see if we can get Josh up here. Let's
What's
see.
going on?
What's up, Josh? How you doing, brother?
Oh, living the dream.
Absolutely. So you coach the Suspects Black, correct?
Yeah, for the most part. Nate kind of took it over for the event. As far as like running the lines and stuff like that, because I had 3 for D4 and 2 for D5 to run, so he took one over for me.
Okay. So I guess let's get some of your perspective on the day on Saturday. Can you kind of break down what the team was feeling after? Well, let's just look at some of the stats. You know, we go 1-2 against Outlaws PvP, 0-2 against Suspects Gold, and then there was a shift after 2 back-to-back losses. Something happened, and you guys started to bring it back. You went 2-1 against Sound, 2-1 against Blessed, and then on into the semifinals and finals. So, was there any key factors that led to that change in momentum?
I mean, I want to say it was more so like the little micro adjustments here and there. Like, with running the 3 lines, I'm staring at the field pretty much all day, just standing over there. It's one team after the other. So I could see what they're seeing, what they're coming back, the feedback they're giving me, and I mean, it was just kind of just started clicking towards the end of the day for them. It was a little, hey, I seen this. Let's make this middle run, up to the Cali, or that middle wedge right there, whatever everybody's calling it on their team, their lines. Uh, you know, what the other team that I've seen, my other guys are playing them. Hey, they did this. They slid out too far. It's just these little micro adjustments that you needed to make or whatever stuff. And then they took it and just kind of ran with it more towards the end of the day there and pulled it out.
Yeah, Nate, is that same story for you? You got anything to add to that?
Yeah, get me out of the snake side and put me on D side. That kind of changed it up too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, guys, I want to say huge congratulations. I mean, this is a epic win, and see you guys back in the podium for the last event coming up in September. Let's see if we got any questions here before we let you guys go. Doesn't look like it. Well, Nate, thanks, brother. Love to have you back on.
Yep.
Josh, appreciate you. Thanks again.
Yep, no problem, man. Hey, big shout out to Titanic there, Jesse. Good job on the win, guys.
I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Nate, hey, before you go, do you have anything you want to plug or sponsors you want to thank?
Just the normal ones. Prime, DBO. I can't really think of any other ones right now, but yeah,
Paintball.
What was that? What was that, Josh?
Yeah, Carbon.
Oh, Carbon.
Bonus Ball Media with Dave Grass with the pictures always.
Oh, absolutely. Dave's out there killing it, man, as always. All right. Well, Nate, thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Yep.
All right, guys. Next up, we've got Jayden Defrates from St. Louis Blessed. Jayden, come on up, buddy.
I'm here.
What's up, Killa? How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Great.
Well, hey, man, there's a reason I wanted you to come up on the show tonight, and we kind of spoke a little bit after the tournament. You come up to me and apologized, and I was kind of caught off guard by it because from my perspective, you were showing a lot of emotion out there on the field. Can you kind of explain a little bit of what you were going through in that finals, kind of where your mindset was?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Fit kind of really put like mentality in like my head that like I feel like a lot of paintball players need, which is kind of like a never satisfied type mentality, right? Like, a lot of people. That's why you see a lot of people go 4 on the prelims, right? And as soon as they get out of the prelims, they get stopped going, in the quarterfinals or whatever. It's because they get that dopamine rush, or whatever of, hey, we just smoked everybody in the prelims. We got this shit. We're gonna win no matter what. And so that was a big thing. And luckily, all the guys on my team have that. They have that mentality of, hey, the job's not finished. We're not satisfied. We're gonna keep going no matter what, And so that was really big for me. And so when we won that first point, I definitely made sure to put it in everybody's head, hey, it's still 0-0. It's anybody's game. Like anything could happen, right? And so then when they tied it up, I was trying my absolute hardest to keep everybody on the same page. But those back-to-back games were very, very, very rough on us.
Well, and it was not only that, it was brutal out there. It was smoking hot. I'm sure that turf was cooking, and because we were we were dying up in the booth. So I mean, there's like nobody's gonna fault you on that for sure. But I guess what. How do you guys manage that, and the mental side of you had the momentum in the first point in the finals, and then Titanic Hairballs come back a point. So did you guys feel that momentum shift immediately, and then what do you guys how do you guys combat that and try to stay locked in?
So I want to say the finals game was very different for us compared to every other game. Like I could talk about every other game and it was like completely different. The finals for us was very hard just based on the fact we ran the same 5 all day long. And all those 5 besides 2 played the day before. Me, Deegan, and Eric. And Deegan all day played Snake with D4, and then he played Snake all day with us for D5. So I'm not mad at him at all. But anyways, so that was very hard on us too. So at that last final game, Deegan was barely alive. And so he died, I think, every time just from playing sloppy. He'll tell you. I'm not mad at him for it either. I should have. I'll take the blame for it. I should have played the Snake. I still had more gas in the tank. I should have just sent him in alive, or there's many things I could have done. But anyways, so yeah, that first point when we won, everybody was like, I know that in their mind they were telling themselves that it was over and we kind of won. Like CJ was barely alive in the pitch. We were kind of dragging him around. Ethan kind of was just all over the place. Eric couldn't even breathe. Deegan's falling over. And that was our momentum switch right there. And I knew right there. I was like, I kept trying to tell myself it wasn't true, but that hey, the heat really got us, and us only having 5 bodies all day long ruined this. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that was definitely the momentum switch right there. Was just walking off, the field and seeing everybody just down, literally just heads down, everyone. And that's why, I brought up on the interview, and you could even hear if you watch the finals game, me going, do we want to win? Are we trying to win? Because everyone's just heads down. And I knew right then it was kind of over.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up because that's what I was talking about. Is kind of showed where your heart was when you asked that, because you had just got completely brutally demolished by about 4 of the Hairballs guys there in the Snake. It looked pretty painful from our perspective. But that was the only thing you said was, do you guys even want to win this? And so did you get any answers when you got to the pits? I mean, did you guys talk about it and kind of get your head back in the game for that final point?
Honestly, no. I've never seen any of those guys like that before. It wasn't even like they were alive, and after the games were over and everything, CJ went and sat in Ryan Slisher's car with the AC on and sat in there for, I think, 10 or 20 minutes, and then got out and got in his car and started throwing up everywhere. I actually grabbed most of his gear. Deegan wasn't alive. Ethan was just out of it. Eric, your physical body can almost take so much, and playing all day long, and wearing a mask, pads, running everywhere, you can only take so much. And so I don't fault any of those guys. If any of them were okay though, let's say walking around good after the tournament, I would have been very upset that they didn't, because our thing all day long was 110%, right? I give 110% for you, you give me 110%.
That's
and
right.
That was our thing all day long, was that. So I'm definitely not mad at anybody for that. I'll take the L for not putting more bodies on the roster. And I mean, yeah.
I mean, you guys made it to the finals, so there's no mistake of why you guys got there. You guys went, let's see, Suspects X, you went 2-0, Faithful Alliance 2-0, Hairballs, you won in the prelims 2-1, Misfits 0-2. So you lost one game in the prelims, but then come back, knocked out the 3 Plump Chumps 2-0, semifinals, Midwest Redemption 2-1. And so, you guys absolutely were out there crushing the competition all day long. And I think it's safe to say you guys left it all out there. And like you said, you played Saturday all day long. It was hot again on Saturday. And so, I can see why the heat absolutely exhausted you. So did you guys talk about this after the tournament was over? I mean, are we talking about conditioning for the next one? Are we what's on your mind moving forward?
So first, what we talked about was really a body thing, and Ronzo was our coach for this. He did a great job. I really want to shout him out. He did a great job coaching all day.
Shout out Ronzo one time. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he did a great job. He just brought up, and I'm not taking anything away from the Hairballs here. They won. They wanted it more. But his thought process behind it was that they won based on bodies, and that we just didn't have enough all day, which I responded with, there's no fucking excuses. And that's one of our main things that I create Blessed to Be, is that there's no excuses, right? Like I can name 1,000 scenarios that could have happened right at the end finals. And, we ended up changing that and talking about that. But as far as next event, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I know the D4 line is definitely going to be better than the last one. It's going to be like actual, more blessed guys. And the players, it depends. A lot of my players are about to rank up, so I got to put them in the right spots. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have a good team practice before the events, and yeah, I mean, we're definitely ready to come back to this 4th event and win.
Absolutely, man. Well, before I let you go, for one, we're going to give Jesse an opportunity to rebuttal that. But now, before I let you go, I mean, do you have any suggestions or anything you want to see different moving forward in the Next Gen series? Because me and Jamie have had several conversations about the future of Next Gen, and so we want to get the players' input and perspective.
Really, no. I think it's ran perfectly. I've played, MSXL, XTPLs down in Texas. I played NXLs. I played WCPL, MCL, pretty much everything you could play, and I think it was ran great. I think the event was ran great. D4 was a little spicy, obviously, but I think D5 is ran great. The only thing that I could really put out there is changing it to X-Ball, but it's kind of hard to do Extreme just because of size. But
Yeah.
I think changing it to X-Ball would bring a lot more teams based off of teams I've talked to from MSXL to coming down and playing. The Race is who kind of kills that. But, I mean, other than that, I think Jamie does a fantastic job of running this. I think he does a great job.
Absolutely.
And you guys, you and Mark, too, did a great job of hosting it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, even with all the trouble we had up there, we've got to get some sufficient power. And to anybody watching right now that was in the pits, and I am so sorry we had to kill your fans all day long, but I know there was several that were not too happy with me after taking those. But huh?
It ended up killing me because I watched every single video of Blessed playing D4 and D5 multiple times. I watched the finals game when it was Blessed and Hairballs probably today at least 5 times, trying to figure out what went wrong and everything. And the live stream cut off on our semifinals game against Redemption and Hairballs mid-game, and I was like, damn it.
I know. That's the worst part of I guess just limited power. I don't know what the deal is with it. I'm not an electrician. Yeah, Josh is exactly right. He says we need that generator, and that's our next step is getting a dedicated generator. So, y'all can have your fans. You can be cool. We'll be okay with it, and we'll run on our own and keep it hopefully running nonstop. But it was better than the first one, right? And that's kind of our mentality. As long as we can take one piece and make it better every time, we're going to keep moving that direction. So, well, Jayden, thanks for hopping on with me, man. I appreciate you you coming on. Anybody have any questions for Jayden before we let him go? See, Callan's in here. What's up, Callan?
I do want to give a quick shout out before I leave to all
Absolutely.
of my players for putting it out on the field, to CJ, Ethan, Deegan, and Eric all putting it out on the field, and Ronzo for coaching us too. I want to shout him out. I also want to shout out Sean and Callan. It's funny Callan hopped in here for helping us prep for this too. And then obviously our sponsors, Next Gen, Nickel Bands, Dirty by Design, and yep.
Awesome. Hey,
I
so
really appreciate you having me on, man.
for sure, Jayden, before you go, I got some questions for you. See, T, I don't see your full name, T, but what's the St. Louis community like compared to Texas?
They're diverse. The Texas, so it's kind of hard to explain. Texas is very family formatted. I know people bring that up a lot, but they're very big on neither Texas has a state wins or like nobody wins. Like they're like not secretive at all. You know, Fate goes out there and those guys teach the lower divisional teams what to do, or like, you know, a big team down there, shut up, we're trying. Those guys are a D1 semi-pro team. They go out and help the D5 teams that are down there. Like they're very tight community, and they want everybody to win. It's not. I kind of feel like with St. Louis and what I've seen since I've been here a lot is kind of like it's not a fend for yourself type deal, but everyone kind of wants to have their own secrets, you know. And down in Texas, it's not like that at all. They're just putting it all out there, and you know it's proven it with all the NXLs and all the Texas teams that are winning all the NXLs too.
Awesome, awesome. That was Jamie, by the way. I didn't know his name said T. I didn't know who it was. Okay, Josh Potter says, "Is Jayden scared to play me next event?"
Potter's line has never beat my line. One time we had this debate going on. Every time I play his team, if he's playing, he shoots me. He only shoots me, but his team never wins ultimately. So we're kind of at war right now. But yes, Potter, I'm coming for you.
Jayden, I'll ask you this: what are your thoughts on different styles of play in St. Louis? Like, and when I say that, I mean, what do you think about adding more tournaments like 3v3s, one-on-ones, even exhibition styles? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, I'm very glad you brought that up because that's something I was going to bring up to Jamie. I was going to bring up to Jamie for maybe the last Next Gen event to have an open 3v3 for D4. If there's not a lot of D4 teams again and we get done early, why not have an open 3v3? I think that'd bring a lot more teams. But yes, I think something like that would be great for St. Louis. I think it'd bring a lot more. I know MSXL tried to do an open 3v3 and that didn't really work, but they were charging too much, right? You know, and that's why I think Next Gen's a big deal because Jamie's really putting that price really down for everybody and trying to bring more teams in. So I think if Jamie did open 3v3, I think it would be very beneficial, and I think it'd bring a lot of teams.
Hey, Jamie's already on it. He says, "Let's do it Friday night." Oh, there we go. Hey, I'll be there for it. Let's see.
Hey, I would too.
Juxtapose says the 1v1 joust platform would be cool to try. I think that would be sweet to try as well.
I think it would be too.
Which that's something like I'm surprised a lot of teams don't do this. And I learned this from Damage that at the end of practice they do one-on-one tournaments every week. You guys ever do that on any of your lines?
That's another thing I'm glad you brought up. So as a team, no, but like individually we have. So this one day, Sean, me, Austin, and CJ were all out, and Austin showed up from a St. Lunatics practice late at Extreme, and me, CJ, and Ethan were all just out there drilling. And he showed up, they were all leaving, and I think the weather was like 95 or 90. It was super hot, dude. My feet were on fire just standing on the turf field. And me and Austin 1v1 probably about 30 times, dude. And Austin, after our last one, was like, we have to be done or I'm going to have to leave in the ambulance. And I think 1v1s at the end of practice are very, very important because it takes all of your like mental status, right? To keep track of the guy, knowing when to not gun battle and when to gun battle. You know, it's 1v1s are very important. So yes, I think for teams, I think 1v1ing at the end of the practice, even when your team's tired, I think it's very, very beneficial.
Yeah, and I mean, if I could just make one small point about it is, if especially newer teams, it teaches you how to win.
Right.
On an individual level, and then you bring that together as a team. So, all right, let's see. Callan says, on threat, we will sometimes do 1v1s until you win to be able to stop practice once everyone's already dead. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, Joey says, how's the practice style down in Texas?
Very gun dominant. I feel like that's the difference also between St. Louis and Texas is they're very focused on gun battling and shooting off the break and zone ball, which is what I'm trying to bring in with Blessed. And I feel like St. Louis is very just kind of put it in your face. We're coming straight at you, just bunkering. I don't want to say chaos because that kind of sounds bad, but I mean, if you just watch the live stream, you'll see that a lot. And compared to Texas, is very more gun dominant. I feel like, and St. Louis is very just in your face, pretty much trying to run you down and whatnot.
Okay, that's a good point. I mean, I never thought about it like that, but you're right. We are very aggressive and just send it. All right, if that's all the questions for Jayden, yep, we're gonna get Jesse here in just a minute. Jayden, thanks again, brother. I appreciate you. Did you have any last minute shout outs? I know you did a couple sponsors or anything else.
No, just Next Gen, obviously the Jamie. He's doing a great job. Dirty by Design, those guys, they've hooked us up. Nickel Bands for sure. Jason has been doing great things for Bless, and he's one of our big supporters. So him, and then Antisocial Photography for getting those photos in, and he did a great job with that. So shout out to those guys, and obviously my team. You guys know who you are. We'll be back. That's all I gotta say.
Awesome, Jayden. I appreciate it, brother. Love to have you back on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. Take
See
it
you,
easy.
boys.
All right, and the finale is here. Jesse, what's happening, man?
What's up, Brady?
Oh, dude, you guys gotta still be on a high over this weekend.
For sure, man. I'm flying high. I mean, you've probably seen a lot of my posts online. I mean, this event was special for me, man. That's gonna be a hard one to top.
What was it? Break it down from past events. What was so special about this event?
So, for me personally, my family hasn't got to see me play, so my wife and my daughters were there, and that was like a huge deal. It was kind of weird too because you talked to earlier about we lost that prelim game to Bless. That was the one game where they went and like went off to go to the mall shopping or something. I was like, holy crap, they're our good luck charm. Like we got to get them back now.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But no, I mean that, and I mean our teams just really come together as a family, kind of, and we've been building up this brotherhood and seeing the growth throughout the season, and I think it all just kind of is starting to culminate. It's all coming together for us, so it's been awesome.
Absolutely, and you guys have been crushing it. I mean, back-to-back champions. You guys, especially from that first event, and I'd have to go back and look. But so, what do you think is the key to the Hairball success as you guys have been growing this season?
Well, I mean, I guess first of all, we proved it wasn't a fluke, right? So we pulled it off back to back. That
Yep.
was a huge deal. You're always coming in. You won the last event. It's not a secret anymore. People are out there. They know your name. They know to look out for this team. So definitely felt a little bit of that. Felt like we were getting scouted a little more. But it was kind of cool. I didn't even play the last event, so you're only allowed one D4 drop. I was the D4 drop. We've got another guy, John, on our team that me and him have been kind of alternating. So John had won the last event. I came in like a little bit of extra personal pressure on me, right? I was like, "Ah, I got to do my part, man. We got to do
Don't
this."
screw it up, Jesse. Don't screw it up.
Right? Yeah, because but it worked out good. I mean, and the whole team. I mean, we just came together, played so much better. We've been really focused on communication. I know I heard you on the webcast talking about that a lot. That we've if you'd seen like the first tournament we played, maybe like early last year to this one, the difference is like monumental in how we communicate. So we're learning the strengths of the different players. We're learning when to communicate, when not to. We're just getting our call outs better, and we're playing as a team. We've got a lot of really good shooters, really good individual players, but that's not what wins the events for us. It's when we come together as a team. We put all that together and work together. You saw some of the times where we've started to get this sense to where we can read each other.
Yeah.
Some of like the second point against Bless there in the finals where the whole team moved together. It looked so good on film. I felt it happening out there, but to see it like live, like they see me take out the center guy, they immediately know, okay, the pressure's off me. I'm moving up D side. They take him out, which triggers me to move down the snake. And we're getting there, man. We're still a D5 team. Obviously, we got a lot to learn, a lot to grow, but it's been awesome to see the growth in the team.
Absolutely, man. And that's one thing me and Mark was talking about was you guys and Blessed, of course, but you guys just looked so dialed in, and you guys were consistent the entire day with almost no wavering. And so just kudos to you, Jesse, and the Hairballs on a huge win. And, how long have you guys been together? Because I, until last year, had never heard of the Hairball. So are you guys a relatively new team?
Yes and no. So I can take you to the way back story, like the birth of the Hairballs. So
Give
we
me the tea.
played. Yeah, so the owner of Predator Paintball, which Predator Paintball in Richland, Missouri, there's my big shout out. Anybody wants to play with us, come on down. We'd love to practice against you guys. But anyways, so the owners of Predator Paintball are Jesse Cole and James Cole, and those are my cousins. So when I talk about how it's a family team, I mean we treat the everyone on our team as an extension of our family, but it's legit. We're really a family. So we played back, and I'm talking like 1999, 2000. So we're in Springfield, Missouri, and sitting around a couch drinking a couple beers that night, and decided we wanted to come up with some goofy name, and we're gonna play a three-man the next day. And somehow we landed on Titanic Hairballs. So that's the birth of the Hairballs, and this is probably, I mean, it might be 2001, but it's in that realm, 25 years ago. So we played that tournament. All of us have been playing off and on for a while. Most of us stopped for like 8 to 10 years. So there was a big hiatus. I had kids, went to college, had kids, moved on, and I think in 2022 is when Jesse and James both they called me up and talked me into dusting or getting the dust off my gear and going out to Jaggers up in Kansas City, and went out and played, and it was like riding a bike, man. It came right back to me. Same with them. We were like, okay, I'm thinking I'm back, the John Wick thing. So so that's what started. That was in 2022, and after that, they opened up the field there not too long after Predator Paintball, and we started, getting a few others. My brother came along with us too, so he was along for that first time when we played up at Jaggers, and he hasn't been playing much this year, but he was along with the initial creation of the team too, and it's kind of grown. We're in the Richland is around like Fort Leonard Wood Army Base, so we have a lot of people that kind of come and go in and out of there. But there's also a lot of people that have been exposed to paintball in different parts of the country and have come through and have found this as a home field. And so we've really grown the sport in this. It's a small area, but we play up in Kansas City. We now the St. Louis series, and then Springfield doesn't have a whole lot going on. There's kicking paintball out there that throws the whiteout series and some of the EXL events, and we know all the kicking guys. Missouri Magic comes down and plays with us quite a bit. Some of the guys from KC come down as well. So, but yeah, so the team's relatively new. We did our first tournament since we came back as the Hairballs in 2024. And I think we ended up winning one that year. We won a three-man last July up at GG. It was actually the last event that GG put on, the three-man. And then from there, we've been pretty consistent, getting better and better in all these events, and back-to-back wins, baby.
Absolutely crushing it, dog. It's awesome to see you guys out here killing it. And man, you mentioned Jaegers. How is it playing in a cave?
It's cool. I mean, especially, think about it was so hot that I think you said a pen melted and exploded in the booth up there with you yesterday or on Sunday.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. The whole
Yeah.
tip of my pen was black.
So it's 55 degrees year round in the cave. So I mean, we should be
Man,
doing tournaments in the
that's what
cave
I'm
right
saying.
now.
Jamie, take notes, brother. Take notes. Where's the closest cave in St. Louis? We gotta get it locked
Yeah.
up.
The other indoor we play at is up there in at Kicking Paintball in gosh, it's like near Monette, Missouri. I
Yep,
can't remember the exact town it's in, but there's no AC in there, so it's actually even hotter than outside in
I
that
believe
building
it. It's
in the
it,
summer. So it's more of a winter
it's
venue.
freezing in the winter still. It's cold in there in
Yeah,
the wintertime, but
it is.
I do love
Yep,
it. Love going to get down, play it kicking. But yeah, Springfield, that's an area that needs more paintball fields. So they need to
it
get with the
does.
times.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
back in the day before I took my hiatus, there was Paintball Outpost there. Kicking actually was Springfield Paintball. It was in a warehouse in the middle of Springfield, way, way back, like in that 2000 time period I was talking about.
yeah,
And then Paintball Outpost had a couple locations out there. Carnage Paintballs. I don't know if anybody remembers that whole brand, but I played out there. Was sponsored by those guys for a while. I played on a team called Midwest All Stars, and we were the kind of feeder team into Missouri Magic at the time. So I guessed it and played with Missouri Magic a few times back then, but that was my first time getting into like real serious competitive paintball back then.
yeah, that's awesome. So are you like we kind of touched on this a little bit, but let's dive a little bit deeper into it. What do you think is the key to the success of the Titanic Hairballs?
I think it's growing as a team. Our communication, uh, understanding the guy beside you. I mean, we go out there. It's like a war, right? You're fighting for your guy's life beside you. But once we kind of got the egos out of the way, started working together, started communicating better, and doing our jobs out there, it got just it opened up
Mhm.
everything. It became completely different. I mean, we've got some other experienced players. The other D4 player I was talking about, John, he's come out and helped us run some better drills and different things at practice. That's something that back in the day, and I was just as guilty as everyone else about this. You practice all day, you get through the games, and then you're running a little low on paint, you're pretty
Mhm.
hot, you're ready to go home, and you just skip the drills and go home. Well,
Yeah.
we've before this event stopped doing that and started actually trying to run like laning drills and working with both hands, running out, seeing what the looks like off the break for especially on the field layout,
Mhm.
the layout practice. So I think that's some of the things that have really got us better, changing our mindset and communication, man. That's the main thing we've been preaching for the last couple months, especially.
So I was going to ask you that, but you already kind of said it. If you had to pick one, run points or do drills during practice.
Man, I mean, I think you got to do both, to be honest. Like, you got to run the points. I mean, you need to know, and you got to have good teams to practice with too, which is something that I really appreciate. Missouri Magic and KC Sports Complex and the guys that come down, and we've talked with Malicious about potentially coming down and playing with us, and any of you other St. Louis paintball teams up there that want to come down, we would love to, or even set up something where we come up and practice you guys. But uh, yeah, you want to get the points in, but I mean, there's some things to be said about running drills and doing them when you're tired too. I mean, we talked about Jayden was talking about how hard it was. I played every point from the beginning, and it was we also drove, so we left at like most of our team left at like 2 a.m. to drive up there and played from 8 a.m. to what time did it end? Like 6 o'clock or something. It was
It
a
was
long
late. It
tournament.
was late.
Yeah.
It was very late.
So
Yeah.
it was conditioning is something that's real when it gets into these summer tournaments. And we did in our layout practice, we did some stuff where no matter how tired we were, we kept playing more points. So back to back to back points. So we went like 4 or 5 points in a row, and that prepared me. I remember being like inside my mask, like I can't
Hmm.
breathe. I just dove into snake. I can't go into snake again, and just doing it, pushing through it to get ready because you never know what position
Yeah.
you're going to be in the tournament.
Well,
And
that's exactly it, Jesse. And you're hitting right on it. That and a lot of you younger teams listening to this, when you work yourself until the point of exhaustion, that's when your brain has to learn to kick in and stay sharp because it's so easy that once you get fatigued, you get tired, that mental clarity begins to fade out. and you don't know the things that you would do when you are just starting for the day, you wouldn't even think about when it's the end of the day. It's hot as balls, and you're just completely gassed. So that it's like a muscle, just like working out. You got to train that muscle. And so I would say any chance you get, do 20, 30 push-ups and then run a point. You know, stretch that mental muscle.
For sure. Yeah, and I'm 42 now, man. I don't look that old,
Shoo,
but I'm a 42-year-old snake player that played every point.
man.
So my body, I woke up the next day and I told my wife I can't find anything on my body that doesn't hurt right now, but I have zero regrets.
Hey, man, you got that MVP.
I
That's
did.
that's it, man.
Appreciate the jersey too.
Dude, absolutely. That's something new we've done, and I haven't got to really explain that to anybody yet. It was kind of something we were testing the waters with. And one shout out to Andy Rink, the D4 player for Midwest Bandits. He was actually the first winner of the jersey, and we missed our opportunity during the award ceremony to get his jersey to him. But I did want to say shout out to Andy, absolutely crushing it in the snake for the Bandits. But the thing is, so this is like our version of the Golden Barrel, right? We have Assassin's jerseys on our website, but there will never be a gold one, and the gold one will never be sold. So that's one of a kind. It'd be one of a kind for every event. But just want to say again, congratulations on that. You were absolutely killing it out there in that snake, Jesse. So what's next for the Titanic Hairballs? You guys have any upcoming events, or are you just waiting for the next gen event? What's going on with you guys?
Yeah, next one of these. We haven't talked about other series. I mean, we'll probably we'll definitely do the next gen. We'll probably do those EXL events at Kickin' that we talked about. I know there's typically Whiteout that's a 4-man, and then there's Rage in the Cage that's a 5-man. So we'll plan on doing those. We've thrown around the idea of getting into a mech series too. We haven't done it yet because there's a few guys that don't have mech guns yet or aren't sure if we want to do it, and there's only so much time in the season as well, when we're playing these other series. But that's what we've talked about, so that's the plan right now. Not sure if we'll add other events to it or not.
Hey, Bits in the chat says come play Mechtastic September 9th. Actually, it's August 9th. I'm
Saw
sorry.
that, man.
August 9th. So that's coming up quick though. I don't know if you guys are going to get in there for that, but shout out to Bits too,
We'll see.
and the STO Threat boys out reffing on Saturday. Is definitely much appreciated. Well, guys, chat. Get some questions in for Jesse. We're coming kind of to the end of our show. Jesse, do you have any shout outs or plugs you want to make?
No, I think I did it earlier, but Predator Paintball, Richland, Missouri. We've got that's the Titanic Hairballs home field. Yeah, that's our main sponsor, but we're trying to get things going. We're trying to kind of revive that. Like we talked about, there's not much in the Springfield area. This is about an hour from Springfield, but it's closer on the St. Louis side. It's closer to like Rolla and all those cities right there down I-44, Lebanon, Rolla, Waynesville area.
Okay.
So we're looking to get more teams out there all the time and ready to practice.
And that's Predator Paintball. So yeah, dude, my brother actually lives in Nixa, so we go over there and visit. I'm looking for a place to
sitting in
play.
Nixa right now.
Yo, no kidding. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's where I'm at.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll have to hit you up next time I'm out that way and come check out Predator for sure. Oh.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, let's see here. Jayden says we got to shout out Brandon. He forgot to. Let's see. Hank says Predator Field is regulation size. Okay, I'm not sure. Is this who's Hank? Is that one of your guys, Jesse?
He's actually the guy that was playing Snake Tower beside me. That's
Okay.
Mark from the Hairballs.
Okay,
It says
gotcha.
Richard on his jersey because he's a dickhead.
Richard.
So.
Okay. All right. Bit says, will we see Hairballs in D4 next year?
Yeah, you will. I think so. I'm already D4. The rest of the team with that win this weekend is probably going to rank up. So, yeah, that's the plan. Move on to D4 and see how we do there. I think, obviously there's some really strong teams out there. We've got a lot of growing that we still need to do to get up to that level, but we're gonna not roll over. We'll put up a fight.
There we go. There it is. You heard it here first. All right. Well, Jesse, I appreciate you coming on the
Brady,
show, man.
Also,
Yes, sir.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you. So it's Sanman. The name. I know you can't.
So
hardly
you
see
were-
my jersey when it's
You
flying.
were. I could hear you in that video you posted up. Every time I said Sandman, it's Sandman. It's Sandman.
Sandman. So
You know.
yeah, my last name's Sands. My dad, growing up, had an automotive shop called Sanman, and for whatever reason, he named it without the D, just Sanman. So that became my like childhood nickname, and I took that on. So
All right.
it's carried through. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
Sandman.
All right, Sandman. Let's go. Listen. When we're up there and I see these people's jerseys, and sometimes I just don't know how to pronounce those names. And you know what? I got it wrong. So there we go.
I never told you, and I didn't see the stream till after. So I was like,
It's
all right, well, I'll talk to you.
I
tonight.
thought that was funny though. Every time I said it, it's Salmon. It's Salmon. It's Salmon. Jesse, again, man, congratulations. Huge shout out to the Titanic Hairballs. We can't wait to see you guys in the next event. And that's gonna do it for tonight's show. So, Jesse, we will catch you later, brother. Thank you again for coming on. Love to have you back on anytime.
Yep, appreciate it, man. See you.
All right.